Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at ICP. So a lot of you guys have been talking more about ICP in this recent jump of 8%. We are continuing to see ICP do well. This is definitely something that we didn't see coming because we actually saw in the last week a 48.38% increase, which is pretty substantial. We actually saw it go all the way up to about $60 and now down to about $46.32 with not a bad decrease. I think we are going to see some kind of stabilization here. A lot of people trying to buy ICP at this what they would consider discount. If we take a look at the last month, though, we are still seeing that 56.9% decrease. In the last year, you can actually see that we are still at a positive 439% increase, but a lot of you guys were probably buying within this $100 to $750 range, so you would still be obviously in the dumps. And I think we are going to get out of the dumps here within time. It's just going to be, like I said, one of those things that does take some time because there was too much hype, obviously, involved with ICP, and you saw that really take place here, going from $100 to $750 within just a month or two. And I think realistically, like I said, we are going to see ICP get back to some really decent levels, but we aren't going to see that quite yet. I do want to talk about when we could see ICP getting to these levels and really when the market can actually allow that. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is jumping into the market. So right now the market's actually doing very, very well. In the last 24 hours, we're seeing about a 5.63% increase, and that is definitely a substantial increase. Today being a great day for the market as we see some recovery. I do think we are still not out of the weeds in the mud. I think we are going to see some manipulation FUD take place and still drop us in September, or at least by September, to our lowest points. I think Chainlink could be $12 to $15 or even $10 really. Cardano could be at $1. ICP could even be at $20, $25. So we have some great potential to buy very, very low in the upcoming months ahead. So I want to give you guys kind of a rundown of what's been going on with ICP and why it's still worth looking into. So IC Drive is a decentralized private storage app on the internet computer. Early access sign up for beta is now available here. icdrive.co. Sign up using a form natively created on the internet computer. No need for centralized Google Forms and mail shippers. So this is definitely a cool idea that we are continuing to see. Big things taking place. One big thing to take a look at is if you go to IC Drive. As we click on the IC Drive, we can actually see a decentralized private storage app built on the internet computer. It's a very, very cool app, basically built on internet computer, and we continue to see that we are getting bigger and larger ecosystems every single day. So we're going to jump and take a look at that real quick. So explore the internet computer showcase. So you have a bunch of different ecosystems, or really, I guess, one ecosystem here with a bunch of different apps that you can take advantage of. You have Fleek, CVR, District, OpenChat. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but there is quite a bit of them, and you can actually see that this ecosystem is continuing to grow every single day very, very quickly. And I think that's because obviously people prefer ICP more than some other ecosystems out there. So I want to jump into the Definity and internet computer is going to enable lots of new business models that require public blockchain but never came to fruition because of Ethereum's high costs, with slow speed and token management complexity. So really privacy issues do come into play as well. So the IC kind of solves all of these and much more. And I'm not going to go into detail on all of this, but like I said, guys, ICP is one of those coins that has a lot of potential behind it. It has a lot of really great ideas, great concepts, and utility and use cases are great. Just too much hype was built up originally. We all kind of realized that. Obviously, jumping from $200 to $750, if you buy at 600 plus, it was definitely a learning, I guess, curve for you guys, because we are going to understand that anytime you buy on a straight green candle, you are going to see some kind of dip. We saw it with Filecoin, we saw it with Internet Computer, we saw it with so many other coins out there that really have these once in a lifetime jumps and then drop right back down. So if you are going to jump on these trains up, make sure to do your own research, as I am not a financial advisor and I actually don't think it's a great idea to do so. So I want to talk a little bit more about where we think ICP is going to be going, and I did mention a $20 to $25 possible price range for September, and I think realistically I do think we are going to continue to see that as a possibility, and I think by the end of the year we could even see some much higher price points after that bottom comes out. I do want to talk more about a few more things here though, and I want to talk specifically about internet computer accelerating. So now more blocks per second than top 100 blockchains combined. This is obviously a question that turned into more of an answer. So this is definitely a huge, huge deal, and this continues to show really how big and how successful Internet Computer could actually end up being. I do also want to jump into a beginner's guide, what is Internet Computer Coin. So if we jump down a little bit, we're going to skip past what is well, we'll give this to you guys just in case because it's pretty short. The Internet Computer is a blockchain-based network that can run at web speed with the potential to reinvent the internet. The native token of this network is the ICP token. This coin serves as a utility token and has several roles in the network. So we're going to jump down and actually go to some of the use cases. So there are 3 use cases of the ICP token in the ICP network. We have governance. So you users can lock their ICP tokens and use them to create neurons. These neurons are used to vote for the governance of the network. We also have canister fees. So users can really convert their ICP tokens into cycles. Unlike ICP tokens, cycles have a stable long-term price. They can always be used to pay canister fees in the network. 1 ICP is equivalent to 1 trillion cycles. The used cycles are then burned so that their value is not prone to inflation. We then have rewarding. Users who lock their ICP can vote. Since the locking period can vary from 6 months to 8 years, the network rewards the voters for their participation based on the number of tokens locked. Also, data centers receive rewards for securing the network. So to become a node in this ICP network, you should apply for a data center ID or DCID in the network Nervos system, NNS. So this is definitely a great thing to really realize is there are a lot of utility kind of involving ICP here, and you can actually see the utility that we just talked about there as just huge potential for this network and ecosystem as a whole. I do want to talk about really ICP's price chart now because there is a lot to really kind of jump into. But before I do that, guys, I do want to say if you guys have not followed me on Twitter, make sure to jump into the description of the video. Follow me on Twitter. I try to tweet more than I used to, but you know, I'm still getting used to Twitter. But we have, hey everyone, I wanted to give back to the community, and thanks to Community Jax and SameCoin.com for making that possible. I'm giving away 1K worth of Jax tokens and 1K worth of SameCoin tokens. So there will be 2 lucky winners, and this ends July 10th, just in 7 days. So all you have to do is retweet this tweet and follow me on Twitter to be entered. I do want to talk about the price chart now. Like I said, a 46.24 price point right now, jumping 8.15% in the last 24 hours, and the last week has been substantial, a 48% increase. I do think we're going to continue to see market cap actually kind of rise a little bit before we see it kind of deteriorate down to about a $20 to $25 range on the price. And that's one thing that you have to realize is going to happen across the board. I think every time, we are going to have these manipulation FUD stages, every coin is going to dip with that. Internet Computer doing well right now is definitely a positive, though, and I think there is going to be a lot of potential after the dip. And I think because of that, we could see price points of $100 to $200 easily by the end of the year, in my opinion. That's a conservative price prediction. We could actually see more than that, but $100 to $200 is going to be my conservative price prediction for Internet Computer by the end of the year. That is if we get, obviously, to a bull market part 2 and continue on and onwards with that bull market part 2. But do remember, guys, I will keep you guys up to date with price predictions as well as any big news or information that you guys need to stay up to date with to understand where these coins are really stabilizing and going to. So remember that I talk about pretty much every altcoin on the channel, so make sure to quickly subscribe, turn notifications on, and like the video. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks again, guys.